It's PSG then who win by 4-1. They will be playing French opponents, by the way, in the knockout stages, either Monaco or Brest. For more on this, let's welcome in, shall we, Frank Leboeuf. Let's start off with you, though, Jurgen Klinsmann. Of course, Dembele is a man who has proved to be a bit of a riddle for many coaches, but it's this sort of flashes of brilliance, isn't it, which makes us think he could one day actually make that step up. Obviously, no Jurgen. Jurgen, shut up, Frank. Jurgen, Dembele's very good at times.
Okay, I thought you wanted Frank first. No, I think it was obviously, as Alessandro said rightfully, he's matured. He's matured. I think, you can see Paris Saint-Germain, step by step maturing, becoming a real team. And I mean, obviously, over the last couple of years, we all have been overwhelmed by the Messi, the Neymar, the Mbappés of the world. And we never knew what is the real face of Paris Saint-Germain. I think now over the last 6, 8 months, you see a team maturing, you see a team becoming really kind of sticking together and becoming a team working for each other. And tonight, this was a demonstration of really maturity. It was a demonstration of skills, especially in an attacking way. Ousmane Dembele is becoming, rightfully so, he's far more consistent now. He's becoming a real number 9, a goal scorer. And therefore, I think it's a team to watch. It's a team to watch out now in that Champions League competition, because there's no ego more involved. It seems that they are very well balanced and focused on what they have to do in the French Championship as well as now in the Champions League. So it was definitely enjoyable to watch that PSG side. From a Stuttgart perspective, it's been a Champions League campaign. It's been a fantastic experience for that young team. Being in there again in the Champions League after many years and showing up and almost making it into the a knockout phase there. They, I think, collected 10 points at the end of the day. But today you could see that they were intimidated. They didn't really believe in beating Paris Saint-Germain at their home ground. I mean, the atmosphere, everything was fantastic. It's been a lot of fun for the Stuttgart fans to enjoy 4 home games in the Champions League in this new format. But obviously, they came to an end, rightfully so, tonight.
Frank, I suppose it's performances like this that actually frustrate people when it comes to Dembele more, because they think, well, why can't he do this game in, game out?
Yeah, and I'm the first to say it, but lately the guy has been amazing, and we all know the talent that he has, and all the tools that he has, and what he can demonstrate when he's at his best, like right now. But we are frustrated because of the inconsistency. But lately, he's one of the best players in the world, because every time he touches the ball, something happens. And today, he scored 3 goals. He could have scored more. He was there. He was defending. He was everywhere on the field. I mean, he was the best player on the field. And I can tell you that many Paris Saint-Germain players had a great game. But Ousmane Dembele is simply amazing when he's at this level. I was very surprised to see that kind of game. I mean, I was expecting much more from Stuttgart, forced in the Bundesliga, but Paris Saint-Germain, for the first minute to the 90th, they were much better than Stuttgart, and then demonstrated it. And but I just want to say something, all clubs from League One are qualified. The four.
There we go. Oh, well done. Well, yeah, congratulations, Frank. That's all down to you, I'm sure. Congratulations, yeah.
Still nobody's watching.
Tap on the back.
Nobody's watching.
That's why I'm saying it.
I mean, they're watching it in France, but that's about it.
Jurgen, you look at Dembele, and we've talked about players similar to him, and you say, what's wrong?
We're ripping the backside out of Dembele.
Well, why don't you just leave? It's fine.
I'm just saying.
Well, look, just because you're not in the conversation, it's all right.
I don't want to be there. I want the conversation to move on.
I don't. I'm interested about Dembele and the fact that, Jurgen, you've spoken before about how players like this can get you sacked, because one day they put in these sort of performances and the next they just disappear. As a coach, how do you try and get that consistency that we've seen from Dembele starting to build continue?
It's simply work. You try to give him as much information as you can, help, obviously. on the psychological side. You try to give him confidence. And forwards, and Ale knows it as well. You need to have confidence going into the game. You need to have the support of your team and also obviously of the manager. And I think he's just growing up. He's maturing. And the fact that there is no Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi anymore, that leaves a lot of room for the next kind of generation of players at that club. And he uses that momentum now already since quite a while, builds the consistency, which has to do with focus, with concentration, with a lifestyle, and all these things that play a role as well. And no, I'm really pleased with him. I love to watch him now, and the sky is the limit if the kid really wants to go all the way through it.
Hat-trick from Lautaro Martinez.
So Inter 3, Monaco 0. Inter then safely through to the round of 16 as they finish 4th, and they've got to be in the conversation, haven't they, to go all the way and win it all. According to the bookies, they are the 7th favourites behind the likes of Bayern, City, Madrid.
What?
Good job having
City. What?
I know, that's quite something. Jurgen, if you're any of these other teams that are looking to go all the way in this competition, you really want to avoid Inter, don't you?
You want to avoid Inter, definitely, because I think they've grown over the last 3-4 years into a team. It's almost, I went there last week to watch them at home against Empoli, and it's almost like a machine that is always on all cylinders, burning, and they know exactly what to do. They have patience when they need to have patience. They score the goals at the right time of the game. And now, especially now, Lautaro Martinez is back. They had some doubts, in the first part of the season. They criticized him, but obviously Marcus Thuram scored most of the goals, so it it was not so obvious. But now having him back on the score sheet and being a leader that he became over the last couple of years, winning pretty much everything with Argentina, and then transferring that spirit and that hunger into that Inter side, makes Inter definitely one of the top favourites for this year's Champions League.
We said it from the start, haven't we, in the sense that this is a team, unlike others, we look at Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, they've got their weaknesses, is a complete side that could very well do well in this tournament.
They've kind of turned into a better version of Atleti, haven't they, where defensively they can sit in and frustrate teams. They can play a bit of football as well. They've got goals up front. They've got a physicality about them. They've got defenders that want to defend. They're absolutely rock solid. Yeah, they're behind Napoli in the Serie A at the moment. They've got some games in hand, but they're way further up that list. I mean, I think, for example, Arsenal at 3rd place. I think if Inter play Arsenal, for me, in 2 games, I think Inter win. Liverpool's a different scenario at the moment, probably the best team. I think most people would admit that. Doesn't mean they're going to win it. But I just feel this Inter side with Inzaghi and Simone Inzaghi in charge, they're just all on the same page. They're a very, very difficult team to play against, and they can hurt you at the other end. So for me, much further up that list in terms of favourites to win this.
And defensively, Jurgen, they've been so solid. Only 1 goal they've conceded in these 8 Champions League games?
Yeah, correct. I mean, defensively, they know exactly what to do. I mean, one covers the other. Blindly, they know how to switch positions as well, even during the game. Even if a centre-back goes forward, like Bastoni, for example, the left centre-back, he ends up as a left winger, wants to cross some balls in. Sometimes he's even in the box and wants to score a goal. He's always covered. So they cover each other in all positions on the field. And they have a roster with pretty much 2022 national team players. So it's pretty much 2 teams that they have at their disposal. And that's why they look so strong. They have no big injury problems, unlike other big teams in Europe at the moment. So I think the time is right for Inter Milan to go all the way to the end.